Hey traders, how's it going? Timo Wilson with Vision FX. Today is December 13th, and the daily candles just closed. We're about 30 minutes into the new trading day. So I went on Instagram Live today. Unfortunately, my connection was poor. I deleted the live, so I figured, let's go on ahead and do this right straight on YouTube since it's been a while, and get you guys squared away for the end of this week, going into Asian and London session tonight, Friday, and get you kick started for next week. So here you have it. So monitoring Euro Yen to start. As you guys see, we have been consolidating for some time on the daily chart. Moving averages are flat. We've been consolidating for the last, I'd say, about 2 weeks. So we broke below 130 and retested it here in October. We came back up to retest it here in November. And since November, we have been in consolidation from 129.30 all the way down to 128 as we spiked. I have a nice daily support area at 126.80 and monthly support here at 128. Okay. So the signal originally was confirmation of short. If I zoom in here, guys, you have to know price action. You have to know your candlesticks. These are what you call tweezer tops on the daily time frame, and it broke below. This was your bearish confirmation. So even if you've held a trade, which I don't recommend since November, to swing it with your stops above this daily candlestick up here, you'd still be floating at a break-even point. But at one time you were in, let's say, 100 pips profit as price has come down and tested the monthly support level of 128. So with that being said, let's zoom in. Let's just measure this region with our Fibonacci extension. So let's just bring it all the way down to this wick. So on the daily chart, we are respecting, which is a major fib zone, this 61.8 level, which is a major fib zone, guys. I always trade off the 61.8, 78.6. Do your research on Fibonacci's. Strong areas of resistance when it comes to the daily and weekly time frame. So what I want to do is take my ray and go on ahead and draw it right on that line so I could take my fib off. Because at the end of the day, it is a daily Fibonacci level. Now here you have your low. Here we had a higher low. And here we had a higher low. But we couldn't breach our 130 area where our tweezer tops formed, and we broke back into this consolidation range on the daily time frame. Now, price for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days has been testing this broken counter trend line here with this massive bearish engulfment. But we have yet to break on the daily below 128 and close. And that's what we're waiting on. So looking at price when we drop down to a 4-hour time frame, as you guys see, I have a few zones already highlighted for us. So you have the major retest of 130, which was weekly resistance. And we are now jamming the 129 region here and currently here. So these are the areas of price we want to pay attention to. Now, just yesterday, As you see, we have some nice wick rejection here and a nice bearish engulfment, but it only came down to retest as support. So we are now trading in between 12878 and 12912. We want to watch price. I'm favoring another bearish leg down. As you see, this thing has been jamming this counter trend line, but we haven't broken above. Now, if price were to break above, come down and retest, maybe they'll hunt some stops up here because, you know, your market makers do know that there's shorts in this area, sell limits in this area, stop losses above. Maybe they'll jam up a little bit to knock stops and then come leaking down. But for right now, I don't see the bulls in control. I see price stalling out. So a few things I'd like to see happen is for this counter trend line to break and for us to start trading below the 128.78 to 80 region, rejecting it maybe on a 1 to 2 hour time frame, and another leg down to 128. So let's monitor euro yen for the end of the week. And if it doesn't leak out for Asian or the London session, this will be a nice setup for us next week. So stay patient, traders, on this one. We will see what is yet to come. Now, Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar, guys. This has been one of my favorite pairs, simply because over the last 2 to 3 years, I've done well with this pair. Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar is a very nice pair, for especially for beginners, because you don't get those huge spikes like the pound versus the yen or euro dollar or gold. You know, this is a slower moving pair, but it's easier to read the moves on Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar. So as you guys see, I have a weekly support zone of 1.0500. Yes, we have broken a daily and weekly trend line, but the rule of thumb is it has to always come back up to retest. On the daily, your retest is, 10450 up to 1.0600. That's a 150 point move, even though we haven't gotten down here. Now, to break down what I'm looking at, let me take all this stuff off. And I actually got in yesterday, just to let you guys know, for those of you guys that aren't in yet. So for those of you guys that aren't in yet, on the daily, we had a nice spinning top, rejecting 1.0500, which is our weekly support, followed by a nice bullish candle and a break above. So this daily candle signaled for me to start looking into long positions on Aussie versus the New Zealand dollar. Now, that's your daily. And this is, guys, a lot of it is pure naked eye price action. A lot of these moves I can eyeball and say, okay, this is the direction we're going in, and then start to make sense of trades with risk reward and different strategies and things like that. And I'll get into that once everything gets up and rolling. This is just a freebie video for you guys to soak in, and hopefully it helps you guys with your trading, as that's my main goal, is to assist others into becoming a profitable trader. Now, that's the daily. Let's drop down to the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, guys, market gap 40 pips. Now, this is why you don't enter trades on Fridays and hold the weekend, because this was enough to blow somebody's account. But consolidation, bullish leg up, consolidation, we're going to have another bullish leg up. Okay, guys, so stay tuned and stay on top of our Instagram, which is Vision FX3, and I'll keep you guys up to date on the trades. I hope you guys have a great